The burden on families is considerable because not only do they have somebody who they love, a mum or a sister or somebody who has the disease and is therefore going through a process of, it's often been described as a long goodbye. It's a process of grieving because people gradually, the problems start not too bad, they're subtle, they're memory problems, but progressively people's cognitive function deteriorate. And that's really hard for family members because you're losing shared experiences. You're losing the things that have bound you together. And ultimately, somebody may no longer recognize you or may not be able to remember any of the things that you shared together. So that's really, really hard. And on that journey, that process, there is a series of steps of people losing their abilities, losing their ability to plan, to engage, to initiate, to organize, and that requires other people to support them. And that has a huge impact upon families, and that is in no way meant to diminish the impact of Alzheimer's disease on anybody or any family, but I think there are these added burdens of very young onset, often with children to look after. One of my patients' husbands came to me and said, "Oh, I didn't know why the kids were getting in trouble at school, and I thought it was just because they were very understandably upset that their mum had been, in her 40s, had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and that's very traumatic, and I completely understand them having behavioural problems, but they were ending up not handing in their homework, and I didn't know why this was until I found out that they were covering up for their mum having lost their homework, having thrown it away. And the last thing they wanted to say to the teacher or their friends, the reason they hadn't done their homework is, mum put it in the bin." So those are really hard, and people can't understand why somebody doesn't take as much of an interest in them. Because actually somebody with Alzheimer's disease is it's a real struggle to make the connection. So everybody with somebody with Alzheimer's disease, whether it's familial or not, can experience that distress of, well, why isn't mum interested in her granddaughter? Why is she not remembering that it's their birthday? Why are they not? And it's because actually it's quite hard. We're interested in a relative because we have associations and memories and links, and those are just that the fabric is unraveling. The fabric of one's mind is unraveling, and those connections are not as strong, and so that makes it very hard for other people because they see that. So there's the practical things that somebody's no longer able to look after children the way they used to, certainly not in the later stages. And then there's often the emotional burden that go beyond simply caring, and those are really tough.